Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again back to the Next Level official podcast where we talk about this week's happening in gaming, entertainment, and movies all around. We got the boys, Noobface and Pelo.
What's up?
How
Thank you for
guys
that
doing?
sweet introduction, Speedy.
We're,
Always
we're, a little, we're a
appreciative.
little bit behind. We have technical difficulties, but we're making it
Oh,
through.
We didn't have no
Hey.
technical difficulties. I'll let you know exactly. It's all good. You know what? No one's prone to him. We got back on track. We're good to go.
I'm just glad we got two IT guys working on our team here.
Well, we have one good IT guy.
Thank you.
It's a
coin-
Thank you.
it's a coin
Thank you.
flip
Oh, I
as
thought
to
you were
who
pointing
it
out.
is.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I was not pointing at you.
That's a coin flip as to who it really is.
We don't want that peasant IT. You know,
Oh man,
It's
so-
class.
This week's been pretty crazy. We got the Final Four coming down to the last bit today. We also have our main man out there, D-Max. We'll be talking about Outriders. He's a Rough Rider. Hopefully he's doing well.
Definitely. Yeah.
Don't
Heard
want
the
nothing
news.
happen to him.
Yeah,
Hopefully
man.
he's
Heard.
getting back together. You want to talk over me? Keep going.
Yeah, he's gonna do it all day,
Gladly.
all day long. He's gonna be doing it.
No. Hold on. Continue.
This is what.
talk over you.
This is why you people get in trouble with their wives.
I'm sorry. I was
Just saying.
I was being Pelo there for a second. I'm so sorry. I slapped my hand. What? Bad. Shame on you. Shame on you.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
We're not playing, and I'm not
I-
sucking. So you
Wait,
don't
what?
want to beat me at all.
Whoa.
God, man, and here I am trying to take the high road. Okay,
You
bro.
never take the high road.
Okay,
You
Pelo.
fucking go through the monte and everything. And
Oh my god.
But our viewers out there on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, thanks for hanging out with us. And we'll kick it off with our first topic here. This week's happening, since we got the Easter holiday coming up, there's a Magic Rainbow event. Noob, why don't you fill us in on your very special-
real excited about it.
So, look, don't listen to these scrubs, okay? Because they don't like to play Rainbow Six. I, on the other hand, have been playing Rainbow Six again, and with Rainbow Six comes these events that they have. This one is kind of funny. It's called Rainbow is Magic. This is it's another run that they've done. And basically, in this map, you're playing on house, and it's just like a miniature version. So everything, it's almost like you're in a kid's view. So like everything is like bigger than it needs to be, but you're like these toy soldiers, and you're just playing a round of basically just your standard Rainbow Six, but you're on the airplane. And I don't know the actual name of the map. Is it just airplane?
I don't know. You tell me.
It's just, you tell us. I just know Noob has spent
We don't play this at
considerable
all.
amount of investment over the last couple of years. I will say it's good to see the community still doing something with this particular game. It's been around for quite some time already. And so that goes to, a well-built game, right? When it initially came out, it was those first wave. I think it is. When it was initially built, it was one of those few games that when it came out, it was just multiplayer.
It was working.
Better than Cyberpunk. It's going to make more money than Cyberpunk. And any of the other games that got retired since
They have time now.
The thing is, man, is I will say this. One of the biggest reasons why I took a huge break from the game was I definitely felt there was definitely some game breaking things that and over the years of playing it, one of those things you just kind of get used to, or you just kind of see is like, you know what, maybe it's a good time for me to get off and just see what they do with the game. And that's exactly what happened. Thankfully, Ubisoft has invested and has turned Rainbow Six into, it's been a growing and really big franchise. They've done great things with it. I feel the game definitely has some little things to kind of fix, but it's come a long way. I mean, this single game has been running for years. And just so we are clear, really quick, the stage that this is played on, it's Air Cute 1 is what it's titled. It's the presidential plane map, but it's all decked out in neon signs and unicorn drawings. I mean, I'm surprised Pelo isn't playing it because it's right up his alley.
No, excuse me. The only reason that this game is still even out and making DLCs is because you've funded them over the years.
Fucking hatred
This
right
is
there.
fucking
God, fucking
gameplay.
salt.
This gameplay,
Jesus.
it's like it has your name in the background, like, titled up, pink letters. It's all you. It's all
There
you.
isn't a charm that Noobface wouldn't buy for his gun. I'm just gonna say.
That's true. Or in
Hey,
Rogue,
when
he
you get
buys
kills like
everything.
me, it zooms in on your charm. Okay, okay, Pelo. Okay, Speedy.
I want to know, do they have like the little like truck balls? You know, do they have that charm at least? You know how they're on the back of most vehicles.
You gotta find out, bro.
What?
I'm not gonna tell you. You gotta find out.
I'm all about the toxicness of a game, so if I can add some
think?
So
toxicness
yeah,
to it,
you know,
I'm gonna do it.
yeah, definitely, man. So for all those people that are big Rainbow Six Siege fans, or
Nobody.
who enjoy, you know, some of these modes that they kind of put out there to break up, you know, the monotony of, just try harding and ranked, or, you know, playing quick matches, or, you know, just having your fun in like some of the solo stuff that they have. This is a great way to break it up. They have a really fun horror kind of mode that they put on during Halloween. So I'm really hoping they kind of do a revision of that, or if they bring the old one back. It's nice to see Ubisoft kind of break this game up and kind of give it those options. So hopefully we'll definitely see some more.
I'm sure you'll be playing all of that.
You know what?
Drink your fancy water when Pelo intros this next subject.
It's
here.
Voss.
No,
Just
oh
kidding,
my
it's not.
God.
It's not.
It's
I swear to God,
dumbass.
it's not.
It's El
Dumas.
Tap. It's El Tap.
El tap.
So bringing in
Tip tap.
some better news and not so old. So Netflix has finally bought out. They bought out Knives Out, so that way they can produce number 2 and number 3. I know I watched the first one. Speedy probably didn't. Noob, I hope you don't recommend this because it was actually a decent movie.
Was this the one with Glenn Close in it and all the old people?
There's a lot of old people.
This is from the guy.
I know
The guy that
not
was.
in it.
This is from
I
the
just
guy
wanted
that
to
was
say
in that. The Kingsman. I think he was in the Kingsman.
Right.
Right.
He was in the
And
Kingsman
he's
guy.
yeah, and he's in this movie. Isn't it kind of like a Clue kind of
I was
movie?
I was just about to say it was kind of like a newer version of Clue. I mean, again, I watched it. I thought it was a good movie. It wasn't like, you know, game breaking or anything, but you know, out of the monotony of sequels and revamps and everything.
And dare use my word.
I know. Sorry, I had to throw it in there. You know,
What was the word? What was the
Monotony.
word?
monotony.
Oh, monotony.
Monotony. So it's kind of weird though, man, that Netflix kind of this to me is just odd. It's just kind of out from like left field. So they must obviously have some big plans for this.
How is it weird? The thing is that I feel like Netflix, you know, when they grab these kind of movies, they see that there's a potential and they want to produce it, and we've seen, as we see that they have like a whole year lineup of movies,
right?
That they can actually produce some pretty decent stuff. And
man, I have no complaints over some of the stuff that Netflix has done, man. I mean,
you know, they seem a little more unhinged. Yeah, I mean, they seem a little more unhinged compared to like, you know, your WB and everybody else, where there's such a tight knit of like what they want to do, and they keep bringing back everything. And Netflix is just like, fuck it, we're just gonna just do our own thing, which has been successful for them.
Well, it might be a way they're grabbing up content right now, right? So they're just going to buy the rights to do this stuff. So it doesn't necessarily mean like if number 2 comes out and flops, you know, okay, well I mean, there was at least a following that came out with this initially once. So
I mean, it's kind of like with Amazon, you know, Amazon buying, you know, what was it, Coming to America? I mean, that was another thing. Even though most of Coming to America was already produced and everything.
Yeah.
So, but they just wanted to stream it on their own. But I mean, I say more power to them if they're going to be, you know, bringing out some more originality. I mean, even though this is going to be a 2 and a 3, I mean, I'm waiting for them to buy some TV shows that they shouldn't have gotten rid of. I mean,
again, it kind of goes back to that theme that I talked about previously. Like, it's good for content, you know, for writers out there, for all those people trying to get a script made. You got all these new organizations to buy something. It's just getting it and working it and making it into something. Like, it's surprising to see like some of the stuff. Like, I never thought Amazon would have anything worthwhile, like really, other than just regurgitating movies. But I love The Boys. Like, that's like my all-time. And there's a couple of series on there that are really big with a lot of people. But I mean, just to me, just because of the nature of the things that we like watching and doing, The Boys is just amazing. And so
there's
another stuff like that being done.
Yeah, man, agreed. There's another series I think you guys might be interested in called The Invincible.
I'm not going to watch it because you're recommending it.
that I just started watching. But the only gripe I have about it is it's animated, so it's a little odd because it reminds me of like Batman the animated series, but it's actually a telling story that's very similar to The Boys, but has a little bit grittier of a.
So I think I saw a preview about that.
Yeah, it's worthy. I mean, it's definitely worthy checking out the first 2 episodes. So far, the first one was decent. I don't really know how well the series will go. I mean, I have to wait until I get there.
Well, if you're not catching Speedy by like the 2nd episode, it's no good.
I mean, sometimes I can't blame you, man.
You're talking about me. You're looking at general consumer, homie. That's what. Like, you either grab someone in the first 2 or you don't. That's the name of the game, right?
Grab them by the.
If we had a
second episode.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to watch 90 episodes to finally find the 91st one that makes sense and is like earth shattering. Like, I understand you do that with Star Trek all the time. You watch all these crappy episodes for that one really good one. And then you're like,
I insulting you, sir? We're gonna bring up Star Trek. I never bring it up because you guys shit on it like you took a big ass shit before the show, dropping that big ass
language, sir. Our one viewer could be a child.
They shouldn't be watching this fucking show because
fuck. That's true. What are you doing up? What are you doing up?
Fuck. You're not doing it.
So next up here, one of the things that we've been kind of hinting at for quite some time is going to be the next series that we're going to be happening here with Marvel with the Black Widow. We haven't seen it in forever. Well, it's just like
we haven't heard from it from whatever.
So it's just interesting. This is the video. We're not going to be playing the audio because we get trapped by people all the time.
Get the YouTube get on us.
And so we always get jacked when something like that happens. There's our boy OJ out there. I'm looking at 3 children too, man.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious to see the acting of David Harbour, I think, from Stranger Things. He was
Stranger Things.
He plays a character that's similar. That's like I think a Soviet version,
like that masculine type.
Soviet version of Captain America. So I'm just, the only reason why I say this is because I felt he was given a bad deal when it came to Hellboy. I think the directors are trying to stick too close to the original version with Ron Perlman, and I think it really screwed him up. I didn't really think he had a great script to work with. So being that this is a Marvel movie and he's going to be in it, I'm really hoping they do him justice by giving him not only a good character but some good dialogue to go with it to make his character memorable. So. We'll see what's up.
We'll have to see. It looks like just really a lot of background story on her life and, the whole secret organization of trading her and, kind of going on. We finally see the Taskmaster.
Yes, the Taskmaster.
So,
that is not a good, villain name. Taskmaster.
Dude,
it's like Windows 98. It's all Windows 98, bro. Windows ME Taskmaster.
That's
the way I feel.
So here's my question for you two Marvel people. I was gonna say assholes.
Choose your next words wisely.
So why, since this was supposed to come out
DC.
next year.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, my good man.
Is my knife bothering you? It's in my back right now.
No, I think it needs to go in further. Hold on. Go like this.
So my question is, okay, so it was supposed to come out last year. It was supposed to be pre-WandaVision, from all that. But why are you thinking that they're coming out with a prequel with somebody that's supposed to be dead? Like why? Like why even produce it?
Speedy, I have something to say.
I mean, I have my opinion on this one.
I know. I honestly, I don't really even care. I don't care. Like, I'm just interested in seeing the story.
What are we here for? What are we here for?
I just want to see a good show. Like, if I'm entertained, it's gonna be good. It's like Godzilla. The one that we just watched this past week?
Godzilla versus King Kong. Yeah,
that's a typical Marvel excuse. Like, I want to see sparkly things on the screen. Like, are you looking?
Okay, let me see. Let me go to Star Trek, and we'll go fly next to the sun
So
on every episode, and so that we
It's
can
been
shift through time.
okay. You're talking about a
So,
series
like,
that's been on for
that
decades.
that's the same.
Decades.
That is the same script that's been used like through 90 episodes of Star. I can't even get it. Star
Okay.
Trek.
No.
I don't even want to say it. My mouth doesn't want to even say it. That's what's wrong.
So much hate. So much hate.
It's just interesting. We'll see what happens. But they do a lot of kind of flash forwarding, flash backing in this movie, just from the trailers that we've seen. Like we've seen her at the end with Hawkeye, right before when she gets let go, and she gets sacrificed. So it's just we'll see how it gets.
So them talking about Robert Downey Jr. reprising his role for
it's got to be a
Iron Man?
flashback sequence. Personally, I feel it's a flashback.
Is it really a reprisal? Like he is the Iron Man?
But that's
going back into the
that's
timeline.
my point. That's my point. They're saying it's a reprisal. I'm sure that they're doing flashbacks and you're going to see the Hulk and everybody else, but they're not talking about them. They're talking specifically about Robert Downey Jr. making a reprisal for this movie.
But remember,
I doubt it's going to be anything.
But the whole thing, yeah, I don't think it's going to be anything earth-shattering either. Okay. Can I fucking talk?
No. I talk all the time. We talked about this shit.
I personally feel that her movie, as far as some of the other Marvel characters, this is why they kind of expand on these characters, is because no one really knows that much about them unless you're a diehard comic fan and you've done your research and you've watched them all. But I'm saying there are a lot of people who just focus on, oh my God, I know the main characters. I know Captain America, I know Iron Man, I know Spider-Man. Like I know these mainstream characters, right? So in order for somebody to get caught up, I think it's kind of cool that Marvel attempts to put a movie out focusing on somebody who isn't that big of a character, because it just really gives that character that momentum. So if they're seen in another movie, you really have that gripping backstory. And I'm not saying hers is going to be all that or it's going to be amazing. Do I think it's going to be entertaining? Yes. I definitely think it's going to be entertaining. But as far as the interaction with Iron Man, remember, she was in Iron Man 1. Remember, she was the assistant that was brought in by Pepper Potts. Right. So who knows where this could go, right? It could be some, sequence, referencing when she started, or, why was she there? Because if she was there in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. That means that the Avenger Initiative, that means that the Avenger Initiative was already in play.
I'm waiting.
Okay.
Right? So
I just think it's going to be interesting.
Let's go. Personally, quickly, since Noob talks so much, I think what it is that he's gonna, at the very end, he's gonna reprise his role, and as he's snapping, right, he did the whole snap thing.
Wow! Snap,
whoa!
Pelo. Oh, thank you.
I think what it is that he's gonna snap. It's gonna flash to that planet where the Soul Stone was. And he's gonna bring her back. That's why, because he's gonna sacrifice his life for hers. Because the Hulk, when he snapped, nothing happened. He just got injured. I'm thinking that he's gonna bring her back, and that's why they're going through with this movie. Thinking of it kind of like a prequel, but it's not. Why else would they put this forward and push forward for this at this time?
Pelo also believes in a lot of other conspiracy theories that are out there, and so we'll kind of keep you apprised to what's going on.
I have to entertain your idea and say that would be kind of interesting if it did.
If I'm right, you also ain't gonna give shit for Star Trek.
Okay, so I'll watch an episode with you, bro. If you're right.
You can pick one Star Trek movie that I'll never talk bad about, but that leaves me at least 30 others to trash.
But there's 30.
To Pelo's point about movies with crappy characters in their names, we have the Suicide Squad Part 2 coming out. All of these characters have crappy names. Half of them we don't even know of.
What was the one?
John Cena in that.
Wearing, I don't even want to say it on this show. Like, there could be kids out there. I don't even know what he's wearing on his head. But like the cast of characters, there's like not one anyone really knows other than Harley Quinn. So please tell me about your movie. Please tell me about your movie.
I have no idea nothing about this movie. It's not DC. It's not a part of the whole thing.
So we have Suicide Squad, and then we have
The
the
Suicide
Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad, right?
So this whatever. I
No,
never saw. Okay, let me ask you guys a question. Did y'all watch Birds of Prey?
I did.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I saw maybe like 30 minutes, and then
these movies don't really have any crossover. I mean, it has Harley Quinn in it. That's about it. Like none of the other
Harley
characters
Quinn,
are in it.
we're back in.
That Margot Robbie did a great job in that first one. She's done really well in that role. It's just not a very strong character to continue on. Polka Dot Man. Who else could resist that?
That's gonna be Noob during Halloween.
Like the only thing I'm interested in seeing is the shark guy for some damn reason, and I don't even know why I want to see it.
Yeah, this reminds me of Mystery Men with Ben Stiller. Remember where they're like the knockoff superhero team?
Oh wow!
And he's like,
wow!
And he just does this like stupid shit. This is how I kind of feel this one's gonna be. And wasn't
the Polka Dot Man? Wasn't he in that movie?
I think you're right.
There might have been another polka dot.
I hope this movie is so corny. It's likable.
No,
because I really don't have anything bad to say about it. Only the other two Suicide Squad movies.
That doesn't mean anything if you don't have anything bad to say about it. You don't have anything good to say about it either. So.
Oh my god. Are we just hoping for
a moment of silence? We'll leave a moment of silence for 60 seconds.
OJ's talking about Godzilla versus Suicide Squad. I would actually watch that movie. Let's see it. Let's make it happen.
Speedy's been watching Godzilla like crazy lately. I know that.
I have. I just started. I wanted to start back. I hadn't seen the other one, so I saw the most recent one. I was like, this was like one of like 5 billion of them. Let me just start back and see what the hell is going on with these. But each of them, I've only made it the first 20 minits before finding something else.
You're so quick. Why is it that you're so quick to judge on these? I mean, so quick to judge. That's what you gotta. Hey, you gotta give it some time to breathe, to put it in its roots. Marvel, DC, I don't give a shit. You gotta give it like more than like 30 fucking minutes.
Hey, when you watch the movies that Noobface has,
that's your own requested. You guys are fucking blood.
You don't wait. You don't wait anymore. Like if a movie's bad, it's bad. You just walk off. Once you're like 30 minutes in, you're invested, bro. Like you need to watch it. I watched Monster Hunter off your shit the other day. That was a horrible movie. But I got all the way through that one.
Noob was the recommended.
Lay off Cell Block. You guys are gonna regret it one day.
Cell Block 69 and a third. Vince Vaughn's most dramatic acting scenario that he's ever had.
Pelo, let's have a recommendation from Speedy and see how good his choices are.
Well, I would be recommending this next one.
Oh, let's hear it.
We got a little Space Jam. It's going to be coming in this summer. This one looks to be much more palpable than Suicide Squad. I would watch this one. Look, so for those that we don't have the audio played in here because we always get ran on YouTube and Facebook. So again, LeBron James,
the Space Jam,
little father-son story. He walks off the set, gets sucked into this digital world. It is. It's the same one, but it looks a lot better. So the only comment I have about this is that one of the things I think it will be missing is the essence of all of the NBA players. Like that's what Space Jam was about. At least the very first one. It had like everybody. It had like all the top players at that time.
But this like side characters. This original.
This movie is no different than a playoff game or a game that LeBron James has played in. It's all about him. It's all about him.
Yeah.
So this movie seems
horrible acting and all. It'll be all about him.
What? You don't like his acting?
I mean, I'm just saying from the clips I've seen.
But you know what? I will say you're right. You're right. You know, in the original one, it had what all of those the Monster teams were NBA players, and they had gotten their.
No, they weren't NBA players. They pulled their essence from the NBA
right, and they became right. But that's what I'm saying. But they took from like Patrick Ewing, like Charles Barkley, and that was one of the fun things about it. And then you had other supporting cast members like Bill Murray. You had I forgot who else was in there, but it was it's just a really good cast and a really fun movie.
Other than the animation like being total shit for that time frame, like they invested
for the time.
Well, no, it wasn't just for the time. They invested very little in the first Space Jam.
Yeah,
like Warner Brothers did not put any money behind it. That's why it looked like the way it looked. But like this one, you can already tell from just the amount of CGI and the graphics and all the overlays and everything. It's gonna be good in that department.
This right here, this movie is standing on the back of Michael Jordan because even though that movie was as shitty as it was, it stood the test of time and is still considered a good classic movie to watch. And when everybody hears Space Jam, they're like, oh, fuck yeah, regardless of how shitty it was. That's why they decided to invest this much money in this and put LeBron there, because he ain't no good actor. He ain't no goddamn good actor, bro. Have you seen how he acts when he falls from fouls and shit and fucking if you can't pull that shit off, you're not gonna fucking act good in this movie.
Dude, he's got so much money, he's gonna get rid of us.
LeBron, I can give you his email address. Just send me a pair of shoes, bro. I can even give you his home address. Just send me a pair of shoes.
See, that guy will sell you out in that guy will sell you out in a second.
So will that one down there. He'll be like, what? Give me some cookies.
That's true.
I'll do it.
Give me some assholes that actually like Star Trek, and I'll be right on board.
Oh, I thought you said give me some assholes. Oh, he is LeBron James. Like, you could get a lot of things in this world.
Wow.
So,
wow.
He's like, done.
If that's what you're really looking for, Pelo, more power to you for that. But helping Pelo out here, this is his domain.
Oh,
no. This is DC. But then when we start talking about Mr. Robert here for Noob, his jeans get tight for that. But
he does.
I don't even wear jeans.
Gross.
I don't even.
We're sticking to PG because there was children, watching us.
Let's go to.
So I never said that.
So Mr. Pattinson and the Batman, what it is that one, they finally finished production about everything, so we're all into just editing. But the second thing is that they're starting to push about the fact that this is going to be, because we just watched the whole Zack Snyder and the whole Batman on there, and everybody questions again, like, who's this Batman? Is it like the Joker? And again, we start talking about the whole multiverse. So this one's
I hate the multiverse, but yeah.
But okay, so Marvel has multiverse in there as well. So
that's true, man. You got to deal with it.
You have to deal with it. It's been ingrained.
I get it.
And so what this multiverse is that the Batman, Robert Pattinson's Batman version, is going to be on Earth 2. So
what does that
I don't
mean?
know. I mean, the thing is that in
what the
DC,
fuck does that mean, bro?
In DC,
you can't just walk up and be like Earth 2.
So if you've ever watched The Flash on the WB, they went through when they were on their, not The Flash, what was it? Their
Arrow?
No, it wasn't Arrow. It was when they did their collaboration of like the Arrow and all of them.
Oh, that was Infinity Crisis.
Infinity Crisis. Okay, so in Infinity Crisis, one of the towards the ending, the Flash went and met the Flash from the DC, and it showed all the different types of Earth. There was like Earth 2, there was Earth fucking 200 and something.
Okay.
Well, I'll give a link here, so if you need a reference, it'll be right there. But it shows all the different Earths or multi-versions of the Earth, and so this one's supposed to be in number 2. So not exactly sure who's going to be the original Earth, or because that's when you start talking about the Flash movies,
right? And
we start talking about the other what's his name's Batman that's supposed to be in there again, right? Multiverse.
So in this multiverse version, since they've announced that it's going to be in the Earth 2 kind of multiverse, is the story of how his parents died the same?
I don't know exactly, to tell you the truth.
I'm just curious.
I just want to know how they're going to talk about him glistening whenever the sun hits him, and if he's running around with a little mermaid in his pocket, backing off.
Hold on, guys. Let me fix this. I'm just gonna throw some water.
Mr. Pattinson over here.
You get them all mad when you start talking about the Pattinson. It's all right.
You know why? You know why?
Oh, God. Here we go. Here we go.
This is one another Noobface's recommendation of movie.
What? Oh my God!
What was this movie called? What was that movie called?
Watchtower. Or no, what wasn't Watchtower? It was the Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse. So he told me, he's like, dude, this is like earth-shattering, cinema.
I never said that. I just said it was a good movie.
Yes,
y'all uncultured fucks. Hey, it's just a good fucking movie, all right? It's cool.
Can I talk? It has Pattison in it. And who else is in there? William Dafoe. William Dafoe. And he's like, it's all shot in black and white, blah, blah, blah. I watched it, like 40 minutes into it. He's whacking off to like a mermaid in a shed. Like, I don't even know what's going on. Like,
who wouldn't?
It's like the weirdest damn movie. And I thought they were too good to be giving each other, hand jobs at some point. And I was like, wow.
Pelo,
I was like,
Speedy needs an adult version of Leave It to Beaver. That's the only kind of movie that's going to make him happy.
A movie I can sit down with my kid and watch. And this is what he's recommending.
First of all, you never said you were watching it with the kid. I'm sorry. I mean, damn. Shit. I mean, you could have been like, "Nah, I'm gonna watch it."
Part of the show, man. That's what it is.
Okay. Okay. Do you want me watching this all creepy style on my iPad, like in a bedroom, watching some dude? Like, no, I'm gonna watch it in the living room.
What's fucking creepy about it? God, I think you're making it awkward. You're fucking making it awkward.
This movie was creepy AF.
You got problems.
This is one of the last movies Noob will ever tell me to watch with Pattison in it. I'm gonna have to
the Batman is not recommended.
Here's your boy OJ coming in to save you.
OJ
talking about it was a dark film. Yeah,
there you go.
Really
there you go, Jay.
Oh my God!
The only thing that was
spit it, OJ. Let him know
that he wasn't playing with his belly button while he was doing whatever he was doing to that little ivory mermaid in his hand. It's creepy.
So judgmental.
It's creepy. It was creepy.
I'm glad I didn't watch that at all.
So
it's not Star Trek. It's different.
Along better lines, one of the things Pelo's got here is that movie's been pushed back. Venom is now going to be coming out in September 24th release date.
I think it'll get pushed back again.
It's been delayed to April 23rd. What is that, next year or this? Is that
this year?
This
April. It just
okay.
The two movies got pushed back a whole week again.
And so
they're trying to give some more room for Zack Snyder's. They're trying to pull more money. It's pretty much what it is.
Okay.
So yeah, but that's on top of every other movie that's been pushed back, delayed, or whatever the fuck else.
Okay.
Got you. And so, kind of switching gears, transitioning now. We got some info here in the world of gaming, at least on the PC spec side. Noob's going to be telling us about Oddworld.
So anybody who loved games back in the 1990s loved Abe's Odyssey. It was just...
I hated games in the 1990s.
You shut your mouth, you
Oh my God.
Every game I hated.
Oh my God, bro.
Speedy was like, I'm playing Pong until they release something that's worthy of my time.
You're the fucking
still
Karen.
playing Pong.
Dude, you're the fucking Karen of this podcast, dude. You fucking hate fucking everything.
The Karen of the podcast. It's fucking hilarious. So Abe's like, God dang, man. Now shit, man. Threw me all off. So the whole idea is there's a new Oddworld coming out called Oddworld Soulstorm. Okay,
never played
it. Supposed to be. Well, it's not out yet, fucker.
So
yes, this is going to be another side-scrolling, and it's going to come in with an Oddworld collection that has now been announced for the Switch. So with this comes some PC requirements. So right here, and the whole thing about this is reading through everything that it needs. For the GPU, an NVIDIA GTX 970 or AMD equivalent is pretty much it. Normally, these games aren't massively taxing, especially on GPU hardware. So just about anybody can enjoy this next addition to the game without having any major hiccups. for those who are PlayStation Plus subscribers, either on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, the game is going to be free. They did this because of the fact that originally the game was released on PlayStation, so they kind of wanted to give back to the community with having a game that was going to be the final chapter of the Abe series. So this is going to be pretty cool. I always had fun with these games, whether it was Munch's Odyssey or Stranger's Wrath or, Oddworld. Like, these games were just so fucking weird, and I loved them. I'm a huge fan of Tim Burton, so anything weird is just right up my fucking alley. And this was just icing on the cake. So, for those Abe fans,
so I would recommend it. Some of the older games, they're just side scrollers, kind of puzzle games.
I never played Oddworld.
Kid friendly. So definitely for you, bro. Not Taxi. Don't have to aim at anything. You'll be good.
Am I only playing kid games nowadays? I mean,
well, you got to work your way up, big boy. So
I play Cyberpunk. I play Cyberpunk.
Get those down first. Then come play with the big boys.
I went into the noob special room.
Whoa! Hey!
I
don't
saw
bring
them.
My name. No.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what you're talking about.
They know.
As we guys have been seeing, at least in some of the social medias out there, those Xbox fridges, those Series X, like Snoop Dogg had one.
It's happening.
The Rock had one. So kind of along with the March Madness here, Xbox and Skittles, we're in this Twitter poll kind of matchup. I wasn't going to say Twiddles. I was thinking of my next purchase. And so what they've done is that they won this little kind of bracket style kind of March Madness deal, and they're talking about making this a reality. So to you two gentlemen, you're both Series X owners. Would you buy
Series
X?
Yes. I have room.
Fuck yes.
I'll make room.
Yeah, no shit, man. I mean, that's a great piece of nostalgia,
it's not a mini fridge. It looks pretty.
Well, I mean, the ones that they've had are at least I
want the full size,
college ones. You need one in the middle of your house, next to the stove kind of style fridge.
It's just kind of one of those.
What would be a price point? What would be too much for you?
Honestly,
Anyone
if we're thinking mini fridges,
we need to make a payment plan here.
I'm thinking maybe like
they
300-400.
They need to put this on my Best Buy card if I'm going to be able to buy this, so I can make that long extended. Get that 12 month.
It'll be 500. It'll be 500 plus 6 months of Game Pass.
So, Bale's going to be like, "Yo, when's that next Stimmy rolling in?"
So it's kind of interesting. They had a little kind of Xbox sending out to their their streamers and such, getting those types of fridges. They've done it also with the headsets that are just been released. We haven't really talked about it. None of us own one at this yet, unless Xbox want to send us one or three.
Oh, yeah.
Or three, so, please.
One at least, but
you're gonna get one person's attention. They're gonna be like peasants.
yeah, exactly. How many viewers and followers these guys have? Get them out of here. Let's show me this shit.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
So pretty interesting. It'd be kind of fun to see what these look like, especially I think it would complete a lot of streamers, gamers, kind of like ambiance that they got going on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, that too.
Oh. And then when you open it, you hear the Xbox little beep.
That would be yeah. That'd be pretty sick. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That'd be pretty fun, man. That'd be pretty awesome.
I need the achievement, noise to come out when I grab a, drink or something.
There you go. I'm down with you, man.
So next on the agenda here, we got Ninja Gaiden.
The Allende.
Dropping at 60 frames, no keyboard and mouse.
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of like this though. I mean, you've got a fighting game, right? This is kind of like your Devil May Cry, your original Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. It's PC locked at 60 frames per second, but there's no keyboard and mouse support on PC. But is it fucking news? Is it? I don't know.
You put it in here.
I'm just saying. I'm just asking the people. Is it news? Not for you. The whole thing is like it's I don't think it's meant to be played with the keyboard and mouse. You know, I mean,
Why
I think
have it on
people
PC then?
Well, because there's a lot of people that buy the PC games for the graphics and they use their controllers. Hence, OJ, we play Destiny, and I mean the game looks beautiful on PC, but you want to use your controller. It's cool, whatever. You play how you want to play. But I'm not surprised though that this collection is not keyboard and mouse support. Now, do I feel if enough people complain, would they add it? Probably.
I mean, is there any particular reason why they?
I think it's just lazy developing. It's just lazy developing, right? They don't want to create the mapping, right? They just wanted to go from one thing to the next, open it up, lock it at 60 frames, drop it, and make some cash. I mean, there's really no reason why you shouldn't have keyboard and mouse, other than like I really dislike playing with keyboard
when
and mouse.
Rin opens his fridge, it tells him he was banned for being.
Yeah, that's true.
That would be. I would pay for that to be added to Noobface's refrigerator.
Yeah.
Be like, calm down there, buddy. Calm down there.
So, yeah, Speedy, you have a really good point, man. And being that it does say highly anticipated PC port says a lot for the fact that they have actually, just ported it over, maybe updated the graphics or, just locked them in at 60 frames and did nothing more. Definitely a good call on the laziness of the development team. So, I mean, we're gonna see what happens, because usually stuff like this that does come out, regardless of how it feels it was meant to be played, not having that option for gamers definitely will raise some voices.
Yeah, it just seems weird that they would, it's a PC game, but they're not going to do keyboard and mouse. Like, they're just sticking it to themselves. Anyways,
I mean, and most of the time, console warriors over here to begin with, unless Noob's playing Rainbow Six on his computer.
Yeah.
Y'all will join me one day.
Next topic here is PlayStation is looking at some audio immersions with a new patent. Not just only with this particular subject. Like, I feel that that's one of the big differences between PlayStation and Xbox. We have fanboys on either side.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 4. I think Noob has a 4 too, and then the Series X is kind of where we went, just because of availability and what we were looking at playing with the group that we have.
Mm-hmm.
But like, they're always coming out with some kind of patent. Like,
sorry, I'm holding you back.
I mean, it's not
no.
at all. Like, honestly, like, I just don't enjoy the experience that PlayStation has when it comes to multiplayer. Like, you can't party up as easily. The comms are never working as well. Like, if you look at the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, like those, like, I think PlayStation has great games and better, like, but if I'm going to play something with a bunch of friends, I'm going to probably play it on Xbox just because of the chat and the integration that they work. But that's not to say like this controller is badass that's out there. Like, it's funny that even Xbox, shortly after releasing, they sent out a survey to everyone asking them, like, do you like your controller? We made it a little bit smaller, like, what would you like to see? Like, because they're getting their ass swamped with like this controller. Like, this controller is so much more advanced. Like, this is the next generation when it comes to controllers. So I just want to see what Xbox has in store with this without breaking the bank.
My only thing is I love
how buy another company.
Looking at the PlayStation 5 controller, you can see how they redesigned the feel to almost slightly mimic what would be style of the Xbox. The funny thing is Xbox is so the outer edges and the inner sides, it's a lot different from your standard DualShock, the way they have with the 4. So
but that's not a new style. That style's been around.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I mean, just mainstream Xbox uses it. I mean, they're the only ones right now that still have that type.
Dreamcast had it before them.
Yeah, I'm just talking about right now.
I'm just talking, bro. Learn your history.
I don't need to know the history. Dreamcast controller is not going to. You're not going to have some Dreamcast guy going, "Oh, he's right. He's so right."
I'm just saying. You're just saying.
Fuck about that guy. I'm talking about Xbox.
I'm just saying Xbox copied Dreamcast with that controller. So like, Xbox doesn't have anything new. They're just using the same thing.
So let me rephrase.
Man. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Xbox definitely. Whoever they fucking did, all right. And now they're the ones doing it right. They're the ones fucking making money. Sega, where's Sega at? Oh, they're bankrupt. I don't know where they at. So right now, their PlayStation has adopted that form, and I kind of feel like if Xbox had some of those features and did more feature wise with their controller, man, I think they would also put them in competing grounds with that PlayStation 5 controller.
They're no way the same thing, dude. Okay, so this PlayStation 5 controller does have the touch screen portion to it, which the Xbox does not have, not even on the Elite. All right, the triggers are adaptive, which you could only find on the Elite if you wanted to spend an additional $100 more on top of another controller. Nope. And then on top of that, the feedback that's associated with that is not the same with the motor. So like this controller has a ton more technology in it, just because it has somewhat of the shape that your hand is, and I guess Microsoft owns that in your world. They're two different things. Like the only thing Microsoft did well between the last one and this one is make it smaller.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I said. I mean it's not. I'm not saying that they're better. I mean I did not say.
No, what it is that Noob wants to go old school, and he wants that old Nintendo glove. That's what he wants.
I mean I definitely love.
Bro, did you ever have the Nintendo glove?
No,
I don't remember it.
What do you mean you don't remember?
I remember
he was the only one with all the stuff, so I had to play with it.
No, I never had that, but I remember a friend that did, and we tried to play Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and you remember the commercials? They made it look so easy. Like you were just doing stuff and you're like, oh shit, it's fucking the bomb. Like my buddy had it, and I remember I was like, dude, let's try it. And he goes, oh, it's such shit. And I was like, is it really? Well, like every game had a fucking like 10-digit code you had to type in order for it to connect to the game, and it was just so clunky. Yeah, it was really clunky. But I remember trying to play Punch Out, bro, and the top, they had this like little pad. It came off. It would come off. And my buddy would be like, yeah, when you punch, dude, he goes, it's going to come off. And I'd be like, boom, and it would just fall over. And I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, it's such crap. And for nostalgic reasons, I thought it was just the coolest looking fucking thing. But in retrospect, playing it just didn't last. So
I like it.
Do you like it? Do you like it?
I like it. I don't even know what I would do with it. I just want it.
I just want to put it on.
This looks like the gauntlet. Put it on. I'll just put the gauntlet. Just put it on my desk. Just be the Nintendo gauntlet. Put it Infinity Stones. It's got X, A, and B buttons.
Oh my god!
I just want to put it on every time. Every time when you guys say something smart, I just want to like put it on and just be like, "Get ready, bitches."
I want to do it like Freddy did in the movie and just have people jumping up and down when he had it on. Remember the Power Glove and Nightmare on Elm Street?
How is he doing it?
Right. No, not gonna do it. Clip it. Do it again.
Loop it and clip it.
Loop it and clip it.
So one thing that we are going to be playing as a group that we talked about is some Outriders.
So Outriders released this last week or two. Yeah, it's free. It matches somebody's price. And it's on Game Pass for those that haven't seen. There's a demo out there for those that have not played it and don't have Game Pass. I think you can be able to check it out. It's free. First 4 hours are playable. You can also transfer it to the game once you start playing it. Initially, some of my thoughts are little clunky, but we'll see how it's going to work out. I'm hoping the multiplayer experience is going to be much better. As we drag
we're going to get 5
along.
minutes. Something tells me we're gonna get like 5 minutes into it, and then Speedy's gonna be like, "No, dude, I'm doing it right now."
I mean, I played 4 hours of it already, so let's see what it looks like.
You put in 4 hours,
dude. I played every bit of the demo.
Really?
I was gonna do a. You
didn't even tell us
a review on it.
So let me ask you something. So, because man, I played like maybe 20, 30 minutes because I wasn't really digging the graphics. So playing that long, how did you feel like afterwards? And were there other characters that you could choose, or it only gives you one guy?
No. Honestly, you got 3 characters you can choose, like 3 or 4. Actually, it's 4 classes you can choose between. I just chose the Necromancer kind of style gameplay for it, and I played all the way through it. I did pick up a second one just to be able to play it, but I just really didn't see any more need in putting in additional time. The graphics did throw me off a little bit. I thought they were a little kind of amateur for the type of game already going to be placed.
Right.
The textures weren't well, like in kind of comparison, like when they did the Halo Infinite, whatever it was, Infinite,
yes,
right? When
the
that
Infinite
released,
demo.
and when people were bitching about it, the graphics for Outriders is just a slight below that, and so. I'm hoping that was just demo wise. I'm willing to give the game itself a good chance. One of the things I found disruptive about it, just because it's a third person kind of point of view game, is being able to switch your profile of which shoulder you're looking at. And so, kind of like in Rogue Company that we play, it's really easily accessible. You have to do it with your thumb pad. So, like, you have to take your finger off the actual the actual controller that you're looking viewpoint and then move it. So I just found that very taxing. I'm hoping we can change that in some of the, that's just software. You can update that. We'll see how that plays out. But the storyline, is semi-interesting, a little bit corny, but then again, Gears of War had a lot of corny stuff when I played that, and I actually really enjoyed Gears of War 1 and 2. So so I'm just going to look in to see what this expansion is. What I'm most interested in is the multiplayer aspect of it, since we can all link up and we can battle it out. So like if we all have different classes,
I'm sure it'll be toxic and fun,
as it always is. The good thing for one of us on the team is we're not going to be playing other people. We'll be playing the computer. So
that still may be an issue for some people. I don't want to name.
So I'm hoping we'll be streaming that out a little bit later on for everyone to see. Jump on the channels. We'll drop everyone's Twitch, YouTube channel also here within the comments after it uploads, so you guys can take a look at that. And
you can truly see how toxic these two are.
Thank you, OJ.
I don't know what you're
about. Toxic is my middle name.
So I think we've definitely
a family name with the two of you.
We've definitely had some good conversations about a lot of great topics. For those out there watching, I just want to thank everybody for all the support, all the love. Keep checking us out. I'm going to be updating as soon as we're going to be going live within that hour. Go ahead and be shooting out a story on Instagram. So for those of you that do follow us, you'll be notified ahead of time. So be sure to keep on track or follow or click on those notifications. That way you'll get those pop-ups and you'll know. So everyone, thank you so much. Yeah, it's not spam. So thank you all so much for watching. And like I said, we are going to be streaming Outriders. So be on the lookout for us on our Twitch channels and YouTube. And we'll see you guys later. Thank you all. Have a good night.
All right. See y'all later.
Night.